Good morning, everyone. Oh my goodness, what a busy morning. I've got my coffee. I needed more coffee this morning. But I want to thank everybody so much for sending me the links to this, and those of you that have posted it on social media. We appreciate it very much. And I'm going to put the link down below to court listener for the Montana case, because they have all the document, well, not all, but most of the documents clear back to 2020. You know, we've been covering this Montana case, and it appears we have breaking news this morning that there was a settlement and some other news. So make some more coffee and let's get busy. Like I said, you could get most of these documents. There's a blue button that says download PDF, and there are some that if you want you'll have to pay for them. It's usually not that much, but it's interesting because we know Philip Brumley, Watchtower's general counsel. He got fined $154,000, and he filed an appeal in another court case. But it appears that they have dismissed that case, and at this point he's still going to have to pay that fine. Good. Good. Yes, I'm very happy and wired this morning. Maybe it's the caffeine. But this is great. This is great because more sanctions levied against Jehovah's Witnesses in federal court. The Jehovah's Witness Service Department in New York was found to have collected significant data describing the actions of abusers over many years, their memorandums, and subsequently deleted or destroyed the materials that were basis for the memorandums. And we know they're told, destroy the evidence. So it looked like the judge was going to tell the jury, because it was going to be going to trial in August next month, and it appears there's been a settlement because the judge said she was going to tell the jury that Watchtower has destroyed evidence and has been fighting this and lying, and that it would not go very well towards Watchtower in a jury trial. So good. I like this judge. So anyway, it looks like Brumley will have to pay that fine. And it's interesting because when you go to the files and all of these, they have some that say confidential. And you come across this, and it looks like a lot of these documents that Watchtower has done and some of their depositions from ones like Barrow, Smalley, and a few others have been marked confidential. Gee, I wonder why. Maybe because it makes Watchtower look bad. Oh, I wish Jehovah's Witnesses could see some of these court hearings, you know, and believe them. We don't have, the apostates don't have all that power to make up these court documents directly from the court. I don't know about anybody else, but I don't have that kind of money to pay these courts to, you know, file all these fake documents. Yeah, this just shows the cognitive dissonance. So anyway, like I said, I will put the link down below to this. And this one document, it's document 431, and it was filed July 10th. Plaintiff's statement of expense and fees, and that's the victims and their lawyers, of the fees. And I love this. I love this. Watchtower has to pay all of their fees, which come to over $18,000. And there's no document here of what the actual settlement was, but I hope you survivors can get every penny you can. Yeah, I hope it's millions. And all of these court cases I hope it bleeds Watchtower dry. I really do. I know that's terrible for me to say that, but they have caused so much abuse and harm and destroyed families. Not just ours, millions of families earthwide because of their rules and stuff. And I'm going to mention something at the end here that Atlantis and I have been researching and covering, and it was on social media. But anyway, I want to thank the person that sent me this, and you can translate it to English. Looks like Switzerland, Zurich, Switzerland. Jehovah's Witnesses, alarming results in Zurich study. See, alarming results. Wait till you hear some of this. As children, they experience violence. After leaving the group, they often lose all their close people. Yeah, our families, even our own mothers. And today they are in poor health. This is shown by a study conducted by the University of Zurich last November on 424 former Jehovah's Witnesses in German-speaking countries. Former Jehovah's Witnesses were 3 times more likely to experience physical and sexual violence in childhood and 6 times more likely to experience emotional violence and emotional neglect than the general population. That is disturbing. And this isn't apostates doing this. This was a study by the university. Oh my goodness. After leaving the community, 77% of former Jehovah's Witnesses are subject to mandatory severance of contact. Yeah, disfellowshipped, separated, removed. Yeah, and our families don't want anything to do with us. And like we have said in the past, those of us that leave and speak out about this abuse, they view us worse than what they do the pedophiles within their organization. And like I said, I'm going to cover that just a minute here. Including close family members such as parents and children must break off contact with those who have left. Yeah, I don't care how they try to sugarcoat it. This is the truth. 1 in 3 people surveyed had suicidal thoughts after leaving the group, and 1 in 10 attempted suicide. That is disturbing. It's very disturbing. And how many have succeeded? How many have we lost from this community because of suicide? My own brother committed suicide. He was gay. On average, 13 years after leaving the community, respondents are 40% more likely to suffer from chronic diseases and a third more likely to suffer from mental illnesses than the general population. They have a lower quality of life and higher stress levels. Yeah, because you lose everything, your entire foundation, your family, friends, everything, your whole social circle. The alarming results of the study are inconsistent with the reports of those who have left the group. They show that mandatory breaking of contact destroys relationships and families and makes people sick. The study also shows the extreme violence that children and young people are exposed to among Jehovah's Witnesses. The study results are an appeal to society and politicians to take action against the mandatory breaking of contact and to better protect children in dominant communities. See, and like we said, Watchtower wouldn't change their policies or rules unless they had to. This is why. Because they are being blasted in the media because of their policies, especially the shunning. Disturbing. Now, I seen on Twitter yesterday, thank you everybody so much, but I seen on Twitter yesterday where apparently the Slovak version of the Watchtower, study Watchtower, about the term disfellowshipping and judicial committee just came out. And someone who speaks that language said that it's not like the English version. And I sent that post to Atlantis, And thank you, Atlantis, very much. He translated it. But apparently, instead of saying they're getting rid of the term disfellowshipped and using the word removed, in the Slavic magazine, it's going to be separated. You've separated. Well, like we've mentioned before, how can you be separated from an organization that you don't join? Remember, we covered that in our last video, Mike and I, where he read right from the Bible Teach book that you are not joining an organization, membership, group, anything like that. Okay? If you do not join and become part of the organization, then how can you be separated? Just saying. Now, I had someone ask me yesterday, there was a screenshot going around about a quote from a 1952 Watchtower about disfellowshipped ones and apostates and stuff like that. And they said, is this true? You know, is there any way you can send me a scan if you still have the bond volume? Yes, I still have the bond volume. 1952 Watchtower. On page 596, the article, A Strong Refuge Today. This is the October 1st. When you go over to page 599, paragraph 11, haters of God and his people are to be hated, but this does not mean that we will take any opportunity of bringing physical hurt to them in a spirit of malice or spite. For both malice and spite belong to the devil, whereas pure hatred does not. So it's okay, you know, to have pure hatred against enemies of the organization, but not in a spirit of spite or malice. We must hate in the truest sense, which is to regard with extreme and active aversion, to consider as loathsome, odious, filthy, to detest. Surely, any haters of God are not fit to live on this beautiful earth. So would that include the governments and the UN, the ones you're in bed with? Gee, I wonder how if the UN knows this is how you think of them as Satan's organization and not fit to live on this beautiful earth. Well, you know what, Watchtower? Your organization is full of a lot of cruel, abusive pervos. Not just the pervos, but quite a few evil, abusive, cruel people that don't fit to live on this beautiful earth either. Jeez. The earth will be rid of the wicked, and we shall not need to lift a finger to cause physical harm to come to them, for God will attend to that. But we must have a proper perspective of these enemies. His name signifies recompense to the enemies. And when you go to paragraph 13, Jehovah's enemies are recognized by their intense dislike for his people and the work these are doing. It's not the work that, you know, the members are doing. It is the abusive policies and rules and procedures that the organization does. That's why we speak out. When you go over to page 600, about halfway through paragraph 13, do we not hate those who hate God? This has nothing about hating God. We don't hate God. At least the true source, your God Jehovah, is a jerk. We cannot love those hateful enemies, for they are fit only for destruction. Well, this is why we can't love the governing body and those in charge of Watchtower, because of the abuse they are doing. Oh, idiots. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for watching. And, you know, if you're interested in this court, you can go grab these files. Like I said, I will put the link down below. The latest is over on page 3, and you can grab all of that. And I want to say I'm very happy for the survivors, and I hope you can get millions. Just bleed Watchtower dry. Brumley, $154,000 fine wasn't big enough. And I hope Watchtower makes you pay that out of your own pocket. Yeah. Why didn't... And they're supposed to be such good, upstanding Christians. You lie. The court caught you in lies. You lie to these courts. You lie to the governments. We know. That's why we're here to expose your lies. Well, anyway, thank you so much, everybody, for everything. We appreciate it, and especially all of you viewers. You know, we love you, and we hope you have a wonderful weekend. Bye.